as I predicted, I ain't make an official prediction, but I just felt it in my heart. I felt like experience was going to step up, was going to show up in Game 7. Steph Curry gave him 50 in Game 7, and I kind of felt like that's how I should have went. You know what I mean? I feel like experience played a key. The Kings fought. They well coached. That's definitely a team of the future. They shouldn't have no reason to put their head down. They played hard. They just a little young. They a little young, and they probably missing. Monk is great off the bench. He's a good scorer. You know what I'm saying? You can give him the ball. He can give you 20, 30, 40. But I feel like they need an official third option or official wing, and Sabonis is like a third option where he don't have to really give you 25. He could give you 17 to 20 because he do other things good like facilitate and rebound, this, that, and the third. But yeah, I feel like the Kings is missing just one more guy that you could just give the ball to and they could create to take a little bit of pressure off of Fox. But I enjoyed it, man. Even though it was a blowout, I love to see great players show up, but I also like to see young teams compete and learn from situations like this. Nothing for them to put their head down. They just got to come back stronger. I appreciate the Sacramento Kings for giving us competitive basketball, because some of these games, man, playoffs or not, some of this shit just not competitive. You know what I mean? The Kings, they really came, they wanted to beat the champs, and they believed that they could beat the champs. But God had it in his plan for it to go another route. I knew Steph Curry was going to show up. He showed up on the day that Clay didn't really have the best of game. He kind of had a bad shooting game. Second half, he did a little better, but Steph was already cooking. He put them on their back. Man, Steph, he show up when them bright lights on him, man. This was good. Now we got Steph Curry versus LeBron again, which they probably wanted. And that's going to be a good one. You know, old rivalries going at it again. 7-game series. Looney is a monster, man. People got to give a lot of credit to Looney. 3 games in this series, he had 20 or more rebounds. He had 20 rebounds today in Game 7. That's the little shit that people don't really pay attention to. And I think Steve Kerr, before they took Looney out because he had 9 points, they should have just went to him in the post. Reward my man. Let him get a double-double. Let him get a double-double, man. Fuck that. Looney, man, that's what you need. Great. People don't realize, like, the others that Shaq talk about, to me, I call them great role players. All great teams had great role players. Some teams had Hall of Fame role players when you think about players like Dennis Johnson with the 80s Celtics with Bird and them boys. Because they always talk about Bird, McHale, and Persh, but people don't know Dennis Johnson. He a Hall of Famer as well. Great role players like Dennis Rodman. He's a superstar Hall of Fame role player. Looney, to me, is showing me he's a great role player. Great role player. Not really that offensive. Like, he ain't the type of guy you just go get the ball to, but he gonna get those buckets around the basket, and he gonna compete for rebounds. You got to respect Looney. Great, man. It just, the Warriors, man. Who knows? I thought they might not be as motivated this year because last year was so emotional championship. But I don't know, man. They might be going for the 5th. They might be going for the 5th. But I think it's a real test because I think the Lakers match up well because Golden State not really a big team. So we just got to see. But the Golden State Warriors advance from a game 7. Everybody know in my circle, man, I love the Warriors because they was a naturally built team. They was a team that was built through the draft. And that's the way to go. If you look at some of the young teams that's emerging, like Denver, those boys was through the draft. Sacramento, kind of through the draft. They got a good tweak trade with Sabonis, but it was cool. It's still a naturally put together team. Them young boys in Memphis, naturally put together team. Who else that's left? They got a Boston, naturally put together team. Yeah. Other than that, I don't want to see teams like Phoenix win. I don't want to see teams like the Lakers win. Harden forced his way. He gave up on Brooklyn and forced his way to Philly. I don't want to see them win. I want to see a repeat of Boston versus Golden State. And this year, I probably want to see Boston beat them. But that's all I got. Shout out to the chef, man. The chef showed up, add another legacy game to his resume. A 50-piece, facing elimination with a hungry young team against one of their former coaches, Mike Brown. Hey, salute Mike Brown. You did a hell of a job this year, coach. You did a hell of a job. I been knew you was a great coach back when you was coaching Cleveland. And they act like LeBron didn't have no help, but y'all was winning 60 games and shit. Y'all had Mo Williams giving you 18. Y'all had Agauskas and y'all had a team. Y'all might didn't have no other superstar to go with, but y'all had a team. And I hated how the media act like it was like the coaching didn't matter and the others didn't matter. They selfish. They want things both ways. So it was good to see the coach get his Coach of the Year award because he deserved it. He got a young team that believe in him. I believe y'all gonna be dangerous going forward. Just keep them young boys hungry, keep them away from nonsense, and try to stay healthy. But that's it, man. Shout out to Blunt Rap Sports TV. Shout out to the LDBC. Y'all already know what it is.